everyone, and welcome to Tapping Tuesday. I'm Laura, and I come on here every Tuesday and do EFT tapping. So for those of you who are new, EFT tapping, or emotional freedom technique, uses the meridians of the body to send a calming signal to the brain to help you to get out of the fight or flight response in the brain. So today's topic is going to be tapping on the journey. So I'll explain what I mean about that in a little bit, and I'm going to share this on my page and wait for a few people to pop in. So if you're new here, you can say hi, say hello in the comments. I can't always see who all joins me, but all right. So I really wanted to focus today on tapping on the journey. So what I mean about that is really, I know this is so cliche, but life is a journey. And we have maybe met with some bumpy roads lately. And we've been taking a lot of detours, a lot of off-roading, and a lot of challenges and a lot of things that are coming into our reality that were unexpected. And we met with a lot of delays, and we met with a lot of things that are really challenging right now. And I really wanted to focus this tapping on focusing on it's about the journey and not the destination. So I know it's really hard when we're going through challenges that we want to avoid the potholes. We want to avoid the we want to go down the smoother path. We don't want to necessarily take the bumpy road. We want to really have things go smoothly and easily. But then life happens, and it just does not happen that way. And how can we ease into the journey? How can we enjoy the road? How can we really focus on the journey versus the destination? Because when we're so fixated on focusing on, I want it to be this way and I want it to happen this way, we get so caught up in what's happening to us that we get lost, and we don't appreciate the journey for what it is. And yes, there have been a lot of challenges. This past year and some has taught us so much about patience, about the journey, about the challenges, about resilience. I bet a lot of you have really been met with things that you didn't think that you could ever face in your life. But look at you, you're here and you're facing it. So that's really amazing. And I really wanted to talk about that because when we are so focused on I just want to go from A to B, I just want to be here, and we're focusing on how we're not there yet. And or saying things like I want things to start getting back to normal. I'll feel better when this happens, this external thing, this thing outside of myself, or when I reach the goal, or but instead of doing that, can we be happy now? Can we take these perceived challenges? Can we enjoy the bumpy road because we're going off-roading, and there's something up, we can actually see new things and see new places, and we can enjoy the journey instead of wanting to get to the destination all the time. So yeah, I know that's a long-winded metaphor, and I'm sure a lot of you really understand that, but that's what I really wanted to focus this EFT tapping on. So for those of you who are new to EFT tapping, EFT, or emotional freedom technique, uses the meridians of the body to send a calming signal to the brain to help you to get out of the fight or flight response in the brain. So what it does is you tap on the meridian points by actually voicing out what is already in your head, what you're dealing with, your frustrations, your stress, your anxieties, anything that's kind of like already ruminating in your head. You're voicing it out as you're tapping on these points. And what it does is, instead of actually ingraining these thoughts, it actually sends a calming signal to the amygdala to help it reduce cortisol, reduce stress, reduce all of those fight or flight response chemicals that are going on in your brain. So EFT tapping, it's an amazing tool. I actually just watched, they just finished the annual tapping summit. And they had some amazing speakers, one of which was one of the mothers from Sandy Hook, and her son passed away at Sandy Hook, and she basically found a way to forgive the shooter. And for me, I mean, I felt like that was so remarkable. So they were doing a tapping on forgiveness, and tapping has been used for so many different things, and they actually had them, because their base is actually in Sandy Hook, the tapping solution, and they actually had them go to like reach out to the parents and the people that had dealt with all of this tragedy, and they did tapping with them. And what they noticed was that they were able to find a place within themselves to heal, and they were able to let go and forgive and heal and move forward. And you know, tapping can do so many things, and I know it sounds weird. I know it is weird. It looks weird, but it really works. And you know, don't knock it till you try it. I really think that everyone should just try, at least try EFT tapping and see what it does for you, because I know for me, the first couple times I did it, it was just an instant relief of anxiety and stress, which, you know, is amazing. So without further ado, I'll show you guys the tapping points, and then we can kind of get into the tapping. So what we focus on in tapping is an MPI, or a most pressing issue. And today's most pressing issue is tapping on the resistance to the challenges along the journey. So like when you're going along the journey, if you're met with an obstacle or a challenge, it can be, you can want to avoid it at all costs. And we're gonna tap on the resistance to avoiding those obstacles. And I know this is a kind of a tricky subject that a lot of people have trouble with this one. But if you tap along and you focus on healing, because we bring up the negative in the beginning to focus on healing. It's all to release it, to make you feel better. So I'll show you guys the tapping points then. So the first tapping point is the karate chop point, and you can either tap, I actually switch it up now. I'm tapping on this side of the hand. So it's the side of the hand, and that's where we kind of do our setup statement. And then the eyebrow point, the sides of the eye, underneath the eye, underneath the nose, the chin point, the collarbone point, and then underneath the arm. So that's kind of like this point right here on either side. You can either do one hand or both. It doesn't really matter, whichever is easier. So yeah, so without further ado, we can get into the tapping then. So what I want you to do first is we're going to focus on our MPI. So what I want you to do is get really comfortable and maybe just roll your shoulders back, roll your neck around a little bit, And then close your eyes, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths. So inhale and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Now I want you to focus on our MPI. So our most pressing issue right now is the resistance to challenges or obstacles along your journey. So maybe think about a specific situation. Think about a time when a specific challenge was presented or a specific obstacle was in your way. And maybe it brought up some anxiety, maybe it brought up some stress, and maybe it just was all that happened last year, and you can really focus on just all the challenges we've gone through. So really focus on that feeling, and we're focusing on it so that we can bring it up to feel so we can heal it. So I know when you're focusing on negative, you don't always want to feel it, but I just encourage you to feel it for now and allow it to be there. And then we're going to focus on tapping so that we can reduce it. So just really feel it, and then on a scale from 1 to 10, rate how intense that feeling is. And then once you have your number, you can check in with your body and just see how your body's feeling. Is there any tension or tightness anywhere? And you can also rate that on a scale from 1 to 10. And then once you're ready, we're going to open our eyes and begin the tapping. So we start with the setup statement. We're tapping on the karate chop point. So just repeat after me, after what I say, and tap on the points. Even though I'm feeling challenged by the journey, I completely love and accept myself and where I am right now. So tapping on the side of the hand, just repeat after me. Even though I'm really resisting these obstacles along my journey, I can choose to love and accept myself and where I am right now. Tapping on the side of the hand, and just repeat after me. Even though I don't want to face these challenges along the journey, I can allow myself more ease right now. And then tapping on the top of the head. I'm just really resisting these challenges. I just want these obstacles to go away. I just want to find a way to avoid this at all costs. I don't want to face these challenges. I just want to make it go away. Because when it goes away, then I'll feel better. And until it goes away, I'm not going to feel better. But what if that's not true? I'm still resisting it though. I don't want to face these obstacles. I don't want to go down the bumpy road. I'd rather have life be smooth and easy. But life isn't like that. And sometimes I have to face the challenges. And sometimes I don't want to face it. And sometimes it can feel paralyzing. I have all this fear around facing my obstacles. I just don't like feeling like this. But maybe we can choose a different way. Maybe instead of avoiding the obstacles, we can see them as our greatest lessons. Maybe instead of avoiding how we're feeling, we can allow ourselves to feel how we're feeling. We can still face the challenges. But from a more grounded place. In life, we can't always avoid the obstacles. Things are going to catch us off guard. There's going to be unexpected challenges throughout life. And we're going to want to avoid them. But if we breathe into them and allow them, it'll become easier to face them. Maybe instead of avoiding them, we can choose to face them head on. Knowing that these are lessons. And asking what these are teaching us. It may feel better to try to avoid them. And we may be able to get around them at some points in our lives. But then they always come up again. In order for us to face them. So maybe this time can be different. Maybe this time, instead of avoiding them, we can face them. Knowing that we are stronger than we give ourselves credit for. And we can face whatever challenge and change that happens in our life. We are resilient. We are brave. And even when we don't feel like we are, when we take that step forward, we can have more courage. Choosing to face the obstacles instead of avoiding them. I'm choosing to face the challenges and see them as necessary lessons along the journey of life. And take a deep breath in and breathe out. And you can close your eyes again. We're going to check in. So just note, on a scale from 1 to 10, how are you feeling now? When you think about the challenges along the journey and all of the obstacles and wanting to resist them or avoid them, how much is your resistance now? Are you having some sense of relief in knowing that you can face challenges? You can do what is in your heart. You can face whatever challenge comes. So check in with your number, and then also check in with your body and see, has any tension gone away? Has any tightness in your body gone away? And maybe rate that on a scale from 1 to 10. And just breathe. Just feel how you're feeling right now. And then once you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. So thank you guys so much for joining me. So this is, for those of you who are new to tapping, this is Tapping Tuesday. I try to come on here every Tuesday, but I won't be able to come on for a couple weeks because I'm actually taking a trip. And that's partly why I actually made this tapping today. And so normally I would advertise that I have, EFT tapping. I do customized EFT tapping, and I will post a link to my schedule after I finish this. But I am not taking clients for a couple weeks. So just to let you know, if you are interested, I will be back at the beginning of the next month. I'll start probably doing sessions again. And then I also will be taking on clients at that time as well. So if anyone is interested in learning about what I do, you can check out my website. In the meantime, it basically posts everything that I do as a coach. My Facebook page as well. I post what I'm doing, the different events that I have. I do workshops on Zoom, but I also do some in person. And I also have EFT tapping sessions, and my coaching, what it all entails is basically helping you stand up for yourself, learning to set boundaries, learning to say no to other people, and really healing from codependent issues. So if any of that is you're interested in, I will post a link after I finish the video, but I won't be available for the next 2 weeks. So thank you guys so much for this. As I said, I won't be back for a couple weeks, but I will start doing the tapping when I come back. So thank you guys so much, and I really hope this helped. I really enjoyed making this one. So sending you guys all so much love and light, and I will see you soon.